One of the biggest lessons I've learned over 10 years of working for myself as a graphic designer / lettering artist is that you can't control how much money you're going to make each month, how well a piece of content will perform, or even how motivated you're going to be to work tomorrow. What we often don't realize as creatives is that the only thing we control is our actions. We never control the results. You cannot make a masterpiece. All you can do is create the work that may or may not turn out to be a masterpiece. With that in mind, I want to take you along with me through my typical day as a lettering artist working from home, where I'll share my personal tips that have helped me become an overall healthier creative. And for me, it all starts by taking control of the only things I can control, which is the work I do and my daily habits. Now, let me get this clear. I don't always wake up at 5 a.m. However, when I do, it's usually to go for a short run and catch the beautiful sunrise. I live on the east coast of Australia, which means we get stunning sunrises. My strategy for waking up early is pretty simple. I go to bed early and prepare my gear the previous day. Without this preparation, I find it impossible to get up early. But for me, it's not just about waking up early, but rather about committing to a plan and accomplishing it first thing. So starting my day on my own terms sets me up for success. Whether it's going to the gym or going for a run, these activities help me de-stress. I find it easier to maintain calmness and patience throughout the rest of the day. If you're new to this channel, you should know that I'm a lettering artist working from home. I run a small business that I started in 2014. While I began my career as a graphic designer, I now focus full-time on lettering and typography, whether through teaching or working on commissioned projects. Back from my run and a refreshing shower by 8 a.m., I'm ready to start the day. I settle into my workspace, which is a short 3-second walk from my living room to my studio. I've been working from home for nearly 10 years now, and while it may seem easy, it does have its challenges. It's easy to work at odd hours or even get distracted and not work at all. And I find that what works best for me is setting a specific time frame, so I know I'm going to work from 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. and this is when I need to be in the studio, dressed as if I were going to an office. And Celine is also working with me and she comes during those hours, so it's a non-negotiable. I always begin work by checking my emails and responding to all of the comments and questions I get overnight. I literally take the time to respond to everything you guys ask me, so always feel free to ask if you have any questions. Then I write down my to-do list for the day. I already have my main to-do list in Notion, but I like to rewrite it every day on a small notepad. However, I only write down the smaller tasks I'm going to achieve during that day. To give you an example, one of my current projects is to design a book cover for a client, but then I break down this project into smaller tasks, such as sketch 3 thumbnail concept on paper or choose 2 color palette options. And that's what I'm going to write down on my notepad. I like to do this for 2 main reasons. First, it feels more doable. It doesn't feel like an impossible task and like you have such a daunting day of work ahead of you. And second, once you're done, you can tick more tasks and that gives you that sense of accomplishment. And more often than not, I actually add more small tasks throughout the day because I've accomplished more than I anticipated. That's my tip. Write down smaller tasks in your daily to-do list and tick them off as you go. Now, in the morning is usually when I work on the most urgent or difficult tasks because I practice intermittent fasting. I actually do my best work in the morning on an empty stomach when my brain is hyper focused. Now, around 11 a.m., it's time to take a short break. And today I got to hang out with my mom and Celine, so we went to the local shops and grabbed something to eat. But here's the thing with my work. I'm not rushing. And that has always been my biggest dream, being in control of my time, working on what I love while still having the time to run some errands whenever I want during the day. And these moments remind me of what's truly important in life, because I used to work so hard. There was a time when work was my only priority. I was working more and yet earning less. And I was stuck in a rut, grinding away at client projects and feeling like I was always playing catch up. And guess what? All of that is now possible because I sell digital products. Having multiple income streams played such a big role in making this freedom possible. More on that later. Now back to work in the afternoon, but this time it's all about working on personal projects and easier tasks. Someone asked me at the day.am conference during the Q&A after my talk, how do you know when to prioritize personal work, like creating your own digital products, over client work? In other words, how do you decide whether to spend time on a product that may or may not succeed instead of doing client work that guarantees payment? In the beginning, it's about learning to balance both. I remember thinking, okay, this client is going to pay me $1,000 for a brochure, so I'll work on it and make $1,000. Then if I have time, I'll work on my own stuff, which, let's be real, usually ended up never happening. But the reality is $1,000 is the maximum you'll earn from this job, and then you're done. Whereas with a digital product, if done well, you can sell an unlimited quantity over an unlimited period of time. So at the beginning, it's about finding the balance, still prioritizing client work when you need the money, but I would also make the time every day to focus on personal work. And for me, I find that it's most effective to work on personal projects in the afternoon. In the morning is for client, but afternoons are for me. Today, I'm working on the digital product secrets sales page with Celine, and I've also spent a little bit of time vectorizing a logo for a client only because I find this process quite relaxing. Also, I had a brief Zoom meeting with Dominique to discuss the relaunch of digital product secrets and some very exciting new tutorials. I can't say more, but I already know you're going to love it. Now by 5 p.m, I'm wrapping up another productive day, always feeling grateful for the progress I've made. My philosophy is that there will always be more work to do, because let's be real, as a creative, when is your job ever done? You can always find a better idea. You can always edit your work a little bit more. Maybe you could be reaching out to more people to collaborate. Should you also finish that tutorial you started a while ago? And should I quickly post another story? You get where this is going. The problem when working for yourself is that the work is never over. That can quickly lead to things like burnout and anxiety, because it's a never-ending process. So instead, I try to focus on moving forward rather than attempting to complete everything. And to avoid being overwhelmed by the multitude of tasks I still have at hand, I make a habit of writing everything down at the end of the day. I find that recording all the tasks and ideas that cross my mind throughout the day allows me to finally disconnect from work. By 6 p.m, it's time to wind down for the evening with a good book and dinner. I've been trying to level up all areas of my business and life in the last couple of years, and even though there is still room for improvement, I am proud of where I am today. I'm working on projects I love. I even have time to work on personal projects. I don't need to constantly worry about outreaching to new clients because I have the peace of mind of having digital products making passive income. And now it's your time to do the same. I am relaunching my signature course, Digital Product Secrets, where I've bundled everything I've learned, done, and practiced over the last couple of years in this 9-week program. I have poured my heart and soul in this course, and I'm so excited because I'll even be doing it with you guys. Yes, I also want to create a new digital product, and I thought, why not do it with you so you can see my entire process. Besides all of the info you'll get on product ideation, market research, presentation images, and more, it also contains my strategy for making reels and marketing your products. The link is in the description box, and since it's launching in June, the course is still available at an early bird price. So there really is no better time to level up. You can also grab your free digital product starter guide and see for yourself. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch my videos. Hopefully we'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.